This is evidence showing the ongoing inability to create a Google account, and the entities engaged in and this is on the laptop, creating an obstacle regarding a necessity of verifying the device with a phone number. And this is assuming that you have a phone, and this is the entity that giving a basis for that, preventing abuse when there is no abuse upon creating the account. This is relevant, I want to be clear, to what I recently documented about Google. This is implicating Google in addition to the U.S. government. Now, remember, Google's merely a third party, so that is the government, but the company, the corporate entity itself, for engaging in a manner of what is obstructing the ability to very easily create a Google account that does not require a phone number. You don't have to create it on a phone even. This is, again, presuming that you're doing that, and I'm documenting it. I did it on this laptop, and I've tried it on all of my devices. I tried it on this phone. I tried it on this phone. And I tried it on this phone that I have here, and the entity is trying the same blockage. So I'm going to show this and document with regard to obstruction of justice while the entity is actively conspiring my murder and gang stalking me. And so is Google. Google is engaged in that pattern of conduct. That's criminal summoning that is actively underway, monitoring my device right now. This is the city of Upland. That's specifically Colin Sheehy, San Bernardino County Fire. These are the demons inside of the Upland Public Library monitoring. So everything that you're hearing is pursuant to monitoring me. The fake sun is over the same library as I documented this morning at 10 o'clock. It's 4:30 p.m. as you can clearly see on your own. All right, this is the screen that's coming up on the phone. The necessity of verifying your phone number. This is assuming that you have a phone number. This is assuming that you are creating a Google account using a phone in the first place, or like if you're creating it on a desktop computer, if you're creating it on a laptop, if you're creating it on an iPad, a tablet, for example. This is specific to seeking to obstruct the ability to create it. And I do want to be clear, while the entity has been, remember, this is all the U.S. government. Even when it's a company name like YouTube or Google, that's the feds. So I just want to let you know that. That is the federal government. That's the U.S. military. That is the entity that is keeping us under surveillance. And YouTube, Google, these are nothing other than third-party facilitating venues on the internet. And I recently documented Google with regard to incalculable harms that you cannot quantify regarding interfering with an investigation, removing my videos that is off of the venue of the internet, and it's going to be very costly. It's very damning evidence. These are the types of things that happen when I document and the entity engages in acts of retaliation. And now I'm incapable of creating a Google account under any circumstances on any of my devices at all. And this has never been the case before. This is relevant. And it's also relevant to prosecuting the government that is keeping us under surveillance, such as Google, in case you did not know that. And I'm going to prosecute Google because this is not a basis to stop the creation of a Google account either. So I will go ahead with the process and show you. The entity goes through the process. This is just to block it. It's going to block it immediately. This is a Wi-Fi phone. It doesn't even have a phone number. And that sort of reasoning for blocking it is nonsensical because someone that doesn't have a phone number is never going to be able to create a Google account. And that's a product that is unusable, useless for someone else. Again, this is the same message that I'm getting on my phone that does have a SIM card that does have service. This is the same superficial means of blocking the ability to create an account. Alrighty, as I stated, this is the screen that generates after that which is not a requirement to create a Google account, and that which is presupposing that you will even have a phone while you're creating a Google account on the internet, which is distinct from having a phone or even creating it on a device that is a cell phone. This is the screen that is blocking the ability to create a Google account altogether. I just want to be clear. A phone is a means of verifying in order to unlock and get into your account that is created outside of the necessity of a phone number. Okay, and that's clear within the operation of Google. But I do want to show here, as I am on the laptop again, also providing that same screen that's requiring now to access another device. This is all assuming that in Google, this is the site says preventing abuse from computer programs or bots. We're under surveillance and they know exactly what device and who you are while you're accessing it. This is a means of obstruction of justice under all circumstances, but I want to show this because it's also relevant to what I documented specifically about YouTube and Google on my website, and it is a means of prosecuting them, and this is a means of what is retaliation, and it's not some vague, obscure, ambiguous, unintentional means of that. This is very specific to what it is that I'm documenting, and it's a documented pattern, the entity that engages in these sorts of acts after I expose very damning evidence against them, simply put. So I'm going to go ahead and try to access that. Here you go. And it tells the same message. And it did it on my phone that is actually serviced with the phone number and everything. Verify your phone number, and then it stated you've used this number too many times, and I hadn't used it at all. And this blockage is different. This is another technique it's the same verbiage. You've used this phone number too many times. I documented that before, but this illustration, this animation here, and this requirement to verify your phone number, this is new and different. Okay, so this is the entity that's engaging what is an updated means, and this is necessarily implicating Google, not just the city of Upland, for example, not just the U.S. military. These corporate entities are being federally prosecuted. So I want you to see this. Please try again with a phone that is connected to a phone number or a SIM. And I did with a phone number, this that is connected to a SIM and a phone number. It is serviced, and it gave me the message that the phone number has been used too many times, which is also false. So I want to document that, and it's also relevant while the entity is in the venue monitoring. This is relevant to what is the obstruction, the inability to create the website. This is surveillance on the device, and this is not a genuine need to guard against bots or robots or the need to verify who you are. We're under surveillance on the internet, and they know who you are. And that knowledge is also why I'm subject to this blockage. This is the same window that I was at this morning during the 10 a.m. hour. I took a picture here. I took a picture here. And this is the fake sun. I'll go ahead and show you. Okay, hold on. The fake sun is here. It's on the same side of the window. Obviously, that's the illusion of sunlight. And this is, okay, this morning, I'll show you the pictures this morning. And here it is over the same window, over the same location. And it's over this portion of the building in the morning when I walk in. In fact, when I walk in, it's over this window, and it moves over on me as I move. So that's why in the morning it's here. And in the afternoon when I sit over there, while it's going from this side of the building to this side of the building, but it's over on this side of the building when it's remaining in its zenith over the top of my head, which I can get at like 12, 11 o'clock in the morning. It's remaining over the top of my head, and that's how I get it in the morning and in the evening. While you're looking at the fake sun that's remaining. This is relevant to what's going on the internet regarding surveillance and knowledge about the devices and the superficial means. Oh, we're doing this for your protection, to identify, to verify. It's a means of obstruction. Okay, I'm being targeted online. All right, and I'm going to show you the images also relevant to that. This is the exact same window that you're looking at it now. And this was at 12:53 p.m. Again, it's 4:40 p.m. So I'll show you my timestamp because I do have a watermark, but this is the same one that's over that third window. So I will show you that again so you can be clear what you're looking at. That's the same window. You can see these windows right here, 1, 2, 3 of them. It's over this third one, and that's the same location. This is the illusion, okay? And it's also illusion on mine that you have to verify, and that bots and other foreign means of technology are making vulnerable our identity, our safety online, our privacy. You don't have privacy online. We're under surveillance. And I'm showing you surveillance is underway on the internet and a relevant position under the fake sun in the specific environment. They're all in here monitoring my phone. All of them. And the fake sun is here, okay? And this is the city of Upland that's been engaged in psychotic behavior, sounding the sirens over and over and over. And they do so while I clear my cookies, while I clear all my browsing history, while I restart my phone. They're monitoring and they're engaging in what is that ongoing pattern of conduct. Now I'm going to show you the ongoing evidence that the fake sun set right here over this library all day long while you're looking at it still over me, even at the same window. This same window, this is the same one. I'll show it to you again. This is the same window at 12:53 p.m. Okay, so we're going on 4 hours ago. And before that, this is the demons that are gang stalking, those demons that are mentally ill and medical, wearing scrubs in the medical profession while they're gang stalking me. All right, she's got engineer light on her face. She's monitoring. She's sitting in the engineer light. She's monitoring while the fake sun is over me. Okay, it's right over me where I am standing, and this is where the fake sun is at 12:41 p.m. This is where the fake sun is at 12:31 p.m. The same windows. This is over 4 hours ago. This is the exact same window that I'm standing at right now, where you're looking at the fake sun through this window right now. Over this window is where I'm seated. I'm in this little area right here where these blinds are, and the fake sun is in the same position for it to be over this top window, because that's what you're looking at right now during the 4 p.m. hour. This is at 12:27 in the afternoon, 12:27 p.m., 4 hours ago. This is at 10:31 in the morning. The same window, the same building. It's merely in what is, what you're looking at really is, this is the third window over here. This is where I'm seated over here. This third window, it moved from this one where the TV is to this third one. This is 10:30 in the morning. Excuse me, that's more than 4 hours. That's 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 6 hours ago, over 6 hours ago. This is where I'm standing in the same venue. This is the P.O.C. This is surveillance. They're making sure they're present. They do so with smiles on their face. They do so while their kids run around. They do so while they check out books and videos. They do so while they use the laptop. They do so while they come in wearing scrubs as though they're holding a meeting regarding what's going to go on at the hospital and the important matters while they're coming in and gang stalking. They're doing so under that fake sun while the entity is sounding sirens repeatedly and monitoring vagina in the bathroom and monitoring my device. If this is sunlight at 10:31 in the morning, and the fake sun is over the venue in order to create this, you're still looking at the fake sun that's over the same building I just showed you right now at 4:30. How is the sun ever over Google in San Bruno? Okay, how is in the same state of California, and how is it in Florida? Anywhere, and it is always sunny every single day in Florida. Even when it rains, it stops raining and it goes back to being sunny. How is this the case when I'm showing you what is remaining over the Upland Public Library? And then the entity to do that is departing from, totally abandoning the fact that it is remaining from sunrise until sunset at the Ovid Family Community Library. This is the fake sun at 10:30 in the morning. This is the Upland Public Library. This is the Upland Public Library. This is that same window 2 hours later at 12:41 p.m. So this is what I just showed you. And this is where the entity is maintaining that fake sun as I am documenting it over this same window over me where it is right now. Alrighty, let me show you that again. This is the same window where I'm standing. And this is the same location where I'm at this morning at 12. This is the area with the television at. This is where I was at. This is where the entity had the fake sun at 10:30 in the morning at 12:41, as I just showed you. And this is the same building where it's over, shining through a window. Okay, this is not in Florida. It was never in Florida while it remained over the building. And what you're looking at here is juxtaposed with what I'm documenting. That cough in the background is monitoring as I change operations on my phone. This is the fake sun over the roof. This is the roof. That's where I was standing at the entrance. This is the same roof. This is the entity that's engaged in surveillance on the internet. They're engaging what is monitoring my physical movements, monitoring my device, monitoring my genitalia. all right? And they are stalking in doing so. And the entity is engaged in what is blocking the ability to create a Google account and stating that it is to keep us safe online by preventing abuse from computer programs or bots, and that is serving an illusion. We are under surveillance online, and the entities engaged in this with regard to obstructing justice while Marcelo Blanco is keeping me under surveillance, and Mike Lorenz are stalking me in helicopter as I leave Upland and go into Ontario and vice versa, and the people of the state are maniacal animals stalking me everywhere like the living dead that they are, going around sparking, coming around to be in a library where they don't even care about reading, and they can't read. Neither can their kids. And they're gang stalking me in the library where the fake sun remains. And like I stated earlier, I just want to make sure that this is clear that surveillance is underway as I'm showing you in the venue in Upland, California, and it's also underway with regard to what is going on the internet. All right, I'm going to prosecute. This is a means of prosecution, and it includes Google. Google is a third party, meaning the U.S. military is keeping us under surveillance on the internet, and so is Google. And this is a means of obstruction of justice that is unlawful under all circumstances, and it is directly relevant to the fact of an illusion of a fake sun being over the same building for what would be 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 6 hours. Okay, it's never in Florida with what I'm documenting, and it's never over you wherever you are in the United States. This is the P.O.C. This is relevant to Title 18 federal stalking, which is a documented pattern, and it's occurring also on what is Upland Wi-Fi. Okay, well, they are engaged in federal stalking, and the city of Upland is sharing in that. So this is also relevant to what the city of Upland is engaged in. This is what is relevant to conspiring murder, obstructing justice, stopping from publishing the evidence, concealing the defendants, concealing the terrorists who are stalking me, trying to interfere with an ongoing investigation while you are still stalking at that. And this is the entity that's engaging in that. This is the entity that's stalking me by helicopter in Upland, maintaining what is criminal summoning, while the entity is engaged in criminal monitoring under things like a fake sun that remains over me as I walk out of the city of Upland into Ontario. Okay, this is the entire city that is keeping me under surveillance, and that is underway on the internet, and that is a basis to prosecute Google as well. Google is a third party, and Google making so much money, Google yielding so much influence is engaging in surveillance, and it is unreasonable and untenable to suggest that Google is not, and that Google is ignorant about what the U.S. government is engaging in, and Google has not reported that information to us while making money, and also it is an unlawful threat to my life at this circumstance and this point. All right, this is malicious conduct, and it's also obstruction, all right, which is an unlawful threat. Alrighty, this is P.O.C. All right, and this is relevant to the entity that's engaging in what is criminal surveillance and obstruction while they are keeping my evidence, keeping this investigation under surveillance, and gang stalking me while doing so. Okay, and this is what I showed, the fact that it's stating that I can't create a Google account. This is superficial, and it's also serving an illusion. That reasoning about bots and security, that's deceptive because we're under surveillance, and our safety is already put at risk because the government's keeping us under surveillance, including with the people of the state who are violating our privacy in ways in which are unfathomable to you. But everything is under surveillance, including by those outside of the country, let alone those that surround you, like those at the Upland Public Library, gang stalking under a fake sun with the government. P.O.C.